From firing the faces of its franchise to a complete reboot of the entire universe, James Gunn has certainly made some big changes to the DCU. However, just recently, he may have realized a big mistake he previously made. Turns out, he's confirmed talks with Henry Cavill for potential DC roles. The former Man of Steel might still have a place in the new DCU, though not as Superman. James Gunn said again that DC Studios has talked to Henry about other roles that he could play. Cavill came back as Superman in October last year in a mid-credits scene in The Rock's Black Adam, and the fans went wild. However, just 2 months after Cavill finally went back to playing Superman, Gunn, the co-CEO of DC Studios, said that the actor wouldn't be playing Superman in the new DC universe. He did say that he told Cavill about his decision and talked to him about other possible DC roles for him, and this is now confirmed by the man himself, James Gunn.
I spent a lot of time calling movies this or that or good or bad, but what I want is for people to just experience this movie in some small way, in the way we are.
On the other hand, he did confirm that Cavill could return to DC in a new role after leaving Superman, and that he has talked to Cavill about future possibilities. However, Cavill is a well-known Superman fan, and the poor treatment he had during his tenure as the Man of Steel has been the subject of much discussion and criticism. Even Gunn recently voiced his disdain for the former DC regime's treatment of Cavill. However, Gunn himself did our boy dirty as well by baiting him just for a cameo.
Black Adam. We should talk.
Simply put, Henry Cavill's unexpected exit from his Superman role is mainly because of the recently rebranded DCU, and their intentions to reboot the DC universe and focus on the younger versions of our beloved characters. Unfortunately, that meant saying goodbye to the actors we came to love in these characters, the biggest being, you guessed it, Henry Cavill. The studio wanted to take the Man of Steel in a different direction than the previous creative team at Warner Bros., and Gunn essentially confirmed this on his social media. He said that DC would be moving forward with a new Superman film centered on the hero in his earlier days, implying that Cavill wouldn't return. It makes sense, but he could have done a better job at making that announcement, especially since the actor's return in Black Adam was supposed to mark his official return to the DCEU after 5 years in limbo. Back then, it was a major win for the actor and the millions of fans who had pushed for his return, as well as for Black Adam's star, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who apparently took it upon himself to bring him back.
The ultimate goal was not only deliver Black Adam, but also deliver the JSA, 5 new superhero characters in 1 movie, but then also, man, let's stretch this universe out.
According to previous reports, Cavill's planned return even included a cameo appearance in the Flash movie, which was also scrapped, indicating that the DCU will probably press the hard reset button on a lot of its existing projects. Speaking of The Rock, even he came forward to talk about the betrayal Henry Cavill suffered. Dwayne Johnson played a key role in recasting Superman with actor Henry Cavill, but the actor's return was cut short when the studio decided to make him resign from the role. Johnson said that his team's only option was to work with the industry's most talented individuals and produce the finest film they could. However, after Cavill appeared in a scene in the middle of the credits for Black Adam, Warner Bros. Just decided that he'd no longer be Superman, and the decision came from none other than the film's directors, James Gunn and Peter Safran. That movie was, as The Rock puts it, buying a professional football team and saying, "Not my coach, not my quarterback." Even though Johnson's answer was classy, the way Cavill's comeback was handled was unfair. Cavill was told he'd get a second chance to play the DC hero, but the plans and promises changed right away.
Hopefully nothing, we'll be paying attention to the show.
Commercial breaks, right? So we've got Batman versus Superman coming out. What can you tell us about it? I saw the billboard the other day. It doesn't have any words, just the image.
I can tell you nothing, I'm afraid.
Putting him and Johnson in an odd and bad situation. But, as Gunn has revealed that he and Cavill discussed the possibilities of the actor portraying a different character in the DCU. It appears that this wasn't enough to get Cavill back on board with the current direction of the studio. Now that both actors have spoken up about the incident, maybe they can put it in the past.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell them anything about you, but they did something to me. They looked inside my mind.
It's okay, Lois. They did the same thing to me.
As if this wasn't enough heartbreak, the dreams of many viewers of the DC Universe were shattered once again by James Gunn, as he has confirmed that Henry Cavill wasn't considered for the role of Frankenstein's monster in the upcoming Creative Commando series. Gunn responded to a fan's tweet by claiming DC Studios got their first choice for Frankenstein, though he didn't name any names. The director seems to spend much of his time answering questions regarding Henry Cavill, rather than any of the other former employees. Even if we accept James Gunn's word that Henry Cavill wasn't even considered for Frankenstein, it's remarkable that Warner Bros. Discovery is hoping to retain Cavill for the DCU in some form. Still, it'd be a brave move to basically shift Henry Cavill to another office at this point, as he has become possibly the most recognizable actor in modern DC movies. Gunn may have shut the rumors that Cavill was considered for Frankenstein, but that doesn't mean he's out for good. There are a couple of positions Cavill would be ideal for in the new DCU. Even though Cavill's casting as Superman is out of the question, the new DC Universe can still make use of the actor's skill set, since he's a strong fit for a number of characters who will be introduced in the near future. And the role I want him to play is Superman. Let's face it, we all want him as the Kryptonian we all came to love. But since that's not possible, Green Lantern might be the next best thing. Before making the leap to the big screen, Cavill may portray test pilot / space cop Hal Jordan, one of the Green Lanterns who will be commanding the upcoming DC Universe HBO Max show Lanterns, alongside Jon Stewart. Cavill has proven in his capacity as Superman that he has the charisma and determination to do justice to Hal. In addition, Gunn has stated that the conclusion of the mystery in Lanterns will feed into the larger tale of the new DCU, so Cavill might be the best fit, in my honest opinion. Not to mention, for this Green Lantern detective story, Cavill's previous portrayal as Sherlock Holmes in Netflix's Enola Holmes trilogy is a plus, but if even that doesn't work out, he'd be perfect casting for the role of Jor-El, the Kryptonian father of the new Superman. There are still many other roles that Henry could play in the DCU. He'd be a fantastic choice to play Green Arrow, the Human Target, or even the villain Ultraman. While all of us might still be sad about not being able to see Cavill as Superman again, Gunn, on the other hand, is pretty excited about the new Superman movie without the actor. The super filmmaker also revealed the movie's release date and how it relates to his personal life. That's exciting. You'll be surprised to know that even though he helped with the writing of the script, Gunn was initially hesitant to take on the role of director. But fortunately, the co-CEO of DC Studios seems to have gotten over his doubts, because he has confirmed that he'll direct the new Superman movie. Yay! There are still a lot of things we don't know about the movie, but I have a feeling we'll get small teasers here and there, since Gunn spends a lot of time on social media, if you know what I mean. And fans can expect to meet the new Superman soon, as the film is set to come out in 2025. Well, that was all on James Gunn confirming talks with Henry Cavill for DC roles and which characters he could play.